Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how to make some really cool, really crunchy glitches, just like Virtual Riot. If you looked at his pack, you'll see that there's a whole folder here full of glitches, and you're probably wondering how this is done. So today I'll show you. It's actually a lot simpler than many people might think. All you need is this free plugin here called Fracture, and I'll give you guys the link in the description to get it. It's totally free. And so anybody can do this. So let's get started. First of all, I have two audio tracks here. One is where I'll be pulling in samples and processing them to make the glitches. And then here I've got a second audio track where I've set it to resampling. And I've also got a small effect rack, just a vocoder, OTT, saturation, EQ, and glue compressor, the usual effects to make it a little bit fatter. And this is where I'll be resampling all the glitches that I make and then putting these effects on them and then exporting them out. So in order to make these glitches, all you gotta do is load on Fracture to your first audio track, find any bass samples pretty much. These can be drum samples, but I find it works better with bass samples. So here I've got a whole bunch of samples and I'm just gonna click them all and just drag them in, and I'll move them closer together. I recommend doing this. The glitches turn out more full and a little bit better. Okay, so now I've packed all these samples into this sort of tight space of around 16 bars. And now I'm just going to go into my Fracture here, and you'll see that this is the default preset that you'll get here. So I'll just quickly explain the plugin a little bit too, because it can be a pretty daunting interface if you don't really know what these controls do. So down at the bottom, you've just got your dry wet, which should be pretty self-explanatory. And then along this left side here, you'll find the controls to delay, filter, and buffer effects. And then on the right side, you'll see the modulation. So this is basically an LFO here, and you can choose your wave, triangle wave, square, and then you can choose the rate of your wave. Then these knobs control how much that LFO is modulating each source here. So anyways, at the bottom here, you've got your delay, which I actually like to turn down. So this is delay amount or delay mix. This is the feedback and time, but I'm not going to be using it. It gives you a cleaner sound if you just don't use it. And then you've got a filter, which is pretty self-explanatory with cutoff and resonance. And then up top, you've got your buffer effects, and you've got size, repeats, and ratio. And to be honest, I do not know exactly what these things do. All I know is that repeats is, to be honest, I have no idea. I'm not even going to attempt to explain it. All I know is that when you sort of mess around with these things, it makes really cool moving, modulating, glitching sounds. So basically, the whole approach to making these glitches is once you've got these samples loaded in, you just click on the parameter and press A, and you've got your whole automation lane, and all you do is you just randomly set automation curves for each one of these, so for size, repeats, and ratio. And then as well, what I like to do is turn this guy up a little bit, same with these guys, and I do the exact same thing. I automate them, just totally random, so I'll just do that quickly. Okay, so now I've gone through all 6 of these parameters, and I have just automated them all, like as you can see, just totally randomly. Let's just take a listen now and just see what this sounds like. It sounds really weird right now, but afterwards, I'm just going to record this into the audio track here, and then what you do is you just cut out only the parts that you like. So I'm just going to quickly record it onto this audio track using resampling. Yeah, so now we're left with an audio file, and I've got this processing chain, which I explained earlier. If you didn't already figure it out, it's just some simple fattening effects, a vocoder, OTT saturator, EQ, and glue compressor. Now I'm just going to go through and just pick out the parts that I like. So let's just listen. Okay, I actually like this part right here. I'll just cut that out. Yeah, that part sounds really cool. I press Command E, by the way, here just to split it. And then I just like to fade it a little bit, just to make it smoother. And then I'll press Command E again and fade it a little bit. And that is what we're left with. So now I just go to Export and make more. So then I delete that because I'm done with that first bit. And I'm just going to keep going through and exporting all the rest of them. Okay, so now I've exported out everything that I liked, and I've ended up with 2 new glitches. This one, and that one as well. So that's it. That's how you make glitches. Once you're done making the glitches, all you got to do is just delete what you have for those audio files, and then just drag in the new glitches that you just made and do the same thing all over again, and you've got more and more glitches, and you can just keep repeating the process, and the more you do it, the more crazy glitches can get. So it's a really cool cycle that you can just keep repeating and get lots of cool sounds, and it's really useful for filling in your songs when you have tons of glitches right here, totally ready for you to use. So anyways, if you guys liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.